I was just barely able to reach and got her done.
Have you talked to anyone in your family yet?
I've sent a few texts here and there. I know my phone has about 100 messages on it right now that I haven't had a chance to look at, but yeah, I'll be catching up after this interview on the texts.
What do you think everyone's going to be saying at work now?
I don't know. You're the man, probably. No. I've gotten a few texts from some of the guys, just like, "Hey, you're on TV," and guys that didn't know I was coming out here, they're just ready to enjoy the game. But
and you got a ball now. This will be the keepsake for the night.
I got a autographed ball. My mother-in-law is super into baseball, so probably going to give it to her. She's the one that can name every single player there is in the major leagues, and yeah, she was pretty stoked about it.
Are you much of a baseball fan?
I watch a little bit when I'm over at my in-laws because she always has the D-backs games on by default, so she kind of is my lifeline for keeping up on the season.
And just, I guess, to circle back, last thing, to get that reception and that reaction from people, even as you walked in and walked onto the field, and then as you're kind of going down the scissor lift, what is all that like? It was very energetic. I mean, the energy was palpable. I'm not used to that because I don't go to a ton of games. I have been to a few games, but when it's pointed at you, it's a little more nerve-wracking. It was super cool though. Yeah, I ate it up. Not gonna lie.
Hey Nick, can I ask one real quick?
Yeah.
You can look at Nick right away. So could you two-parter here? Tell me what caused those. Could you tell me what you can see? What caused those bees to be up there? Why you believe they were up there, and how dangerous was this situation for the players in that? So if you could answer both of them.
Yeah. So this was what's called a bee swarm. When a colony gets large enough, a large portion of that colony will break off, and it has its own queen. And so they'll fly for a while, and then they'll land in a place, rest a little bit, look for a new colony. That's what we saw was the swarm. So the queen was in there. They had all the workers there protecting her. It's very common this time of year. This is kind of what they call swarming season. As far as how dangerous it could have gotten, they typically are pretty docile if no one messes with them. But if someone throws something or they get hit with something, maybe the net got hit, it could have turned pretty bad. Because most of the bees here are Africanized honeybees, which are nicknamed killer bees. So they're not bees to mess with.
Is that
for sure.
What these bees were?
There's a very high probability that's what they were, because that's what most of the bees here that are not kept by beekeepers are typically Africanized honeybees.
So they were in this resting spot in between finding the new place, or like the net was kind of the new place that swarm was going to?
Yeah, they were in the resting spot. So they would be hanging out. They were probably hunkered down for the night, given it was 7. But come morning time, then they would have started sending out some of the worker bees to try to find a new suitable location to start building some honeycomb.